Okay, so today we are going to talk about the Sephora Color of the Year, Sephora plus Pantone Universe Color of the Year little set that I got. I got the eye palette and one of the lipsticks, the blue, what is it called again? The blue, I think it's Serenity, I think is what it is. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sorry. But the blue one I did not get. That did not interest me at all. But I did get the rose quartz one. It's kind of cool. It's like in this like cellophane, like vacuum sealed kind of package. Really cute. The whole theme of what they're doing this year is watercolors. And it really does look like watercolors. So this is what the palette packaging looks like, same as last year. This is what last year's looks like. It was the Pantone Color of the Year in Marsala. So it looks like this, very, very reminiscent of what this one looks like. I haven't opened this yet, so we will be seeing this together. So slide this out. And like I said, it is very watercolor-esque. It looks very pretty and like a painting kind of look to it. So there it is. Beautiful. The back does not have the colors like last year's did. It did have the colors on the back, the names of them, but it doesn't this year. So whether or not that bugs you or not, you may want to like cut out this little thing maybe. So even though it doesn't have it on the back, it does have this clear sheet that has all of the numbers on it, which is kind of like last year's, but it doesn't have the name. So it has the number, but not the name. Okay, so yeah, it's Serenity is the blue lipstick. So Rose Quartz is here and Serenity is down here. And they picked two this year. Like I said, this whole premise behind this, it's a very nice mirror. I like this kind of packaging that they did this year so much better than last year. So I used last year's several times. I love the colors in here. This green one up here is one of my favorites, but I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but see how it's very indented in there? So it's very hard to get your brush in there. It's very hard to get your finger in there if you want to pack some color on. It just is cheaper to me, and it takes up a space with this column on here. So this year's, and this is very lightweight and cheapy feel. This actually has some weight to it, and it feels like the mirror is more heavier, the palette's heavier, and they just look so much better this year's than last year's. So this year, I just wanted to show that because that was like a big thing for me that bugged me about that, is how they like sunk in so much. This year it's not like that at all. So it's nice and flat and even. It's nice to be able to get your brush in, easy to use. I will say that this palette is definitely not for everybody. I think that the colors in here are very, very light, some of them. So sometimes this is going to take a little bit more work to build up in color than say if you had a full pigmented, like nice, strong forest kind of palette. This does not have that. So this might take a little bit more building, a little bit more working, but the colors are beautiful. I definitely see the watercolor theme in here. Definitely just like more like light, fresh, airy, whimsical kind of colors. There's a few that are a little darker than others, but not many. Most of them are light, pastel-y, spring kind of colors. So yes. So let's go ahead and do some swatching. I'm going to go in rows of 4 so that I have enough fingers and we're not here all day. So let's get into swatching. I'm going to start with this row. Lighter in pigmentation, not as like awestruck as you would think. So see like that pink, that is like a pretty dark pink. It's probably the darkest pink in the palette. And see how it's just a very light wash of color. Onto the second row, this beautiful like lilac-y purple. Looks so pretty. There's definitely a lot of mattes in here, which is nice to give a good variety. This is the second row. So again, a few that are nice and shimmery and pretty, but definitely just a little bit lighter in saturation. Okay, onto the next row. Here are those colors. There they are swatched. Next row down. These are a little powdery than others, but not too bad. That blue is really pretty. Okay, this row has a little bit more color. Let's see. Blue and one of the whites are definitely shimmery, but not like chunky glitters, just really fine micro glitters. That olive green is really pretty. Okay, on to the last row. This lime green is so bright. It reminds me of one that's in the new Kat Von D palette this year, but this one just has a little bit less saturation in color. Let's go ahead and do our eye look and see what we think of it after. All right, I'm gonna go into, for my transition color, I'm gonna do kind of this, I think I'm going to use this pink one right here and just get, because I know it's lighter, but let's see. Because I kind of want like a cranberry kind of eye, and this pink is really pretty. So that actually went on better than I thought it would. I do have the new Cover FX eye primer on. Definitely tap off your brush because it does have a little bit of powderiness, not so much fallout, just like powder. We will go back and blend that a little bit more, don't worry. But yeah, that actually applied better than I thought it would, so yay. Okay, I'm going to take more of a fluffy, tighter crease brush, and I'm going to go into a little bit more of this like brown color. It has very fine little micro glitters, but you can't really see it. So again, tap off that brush. Okay, so let's go in. There's not really like a brow bone kind of color. So let's go ahead and go into, let's just go into this white in the corner. It does have a little bit of shimmer in it, but I think it's gonna mostly kind of not be visible. Whoa, that's very white. Definitely very white. Okay, I'm going to go back through and blend those two together. Okay, and then I'm going to go into that like jungly kind of green. Let's see, that one. And I'm going to put that on the outer corner slash middle of the eye and just kind of pat that in. So that looks pretty nice. Okay, let's go ahead and go into, with the same brush, I'm just going to use the other side. I'm going to go into more of this like, kind of like a pinky taupey kind of color. It has a very nice like silvery pink taupeness to it. I'm going to go in with an even more stiffer brush with that green and see if I can build up that green just a little bit more. And take that fluffy brush again and blend out the top and make sure there's no harsh lines. So it's a little bit more pink than I wanted. The pink definitely did a good job. I just didn't think it was going to be that pigmented. So I'm going to go back into that brown just a little bit and kind of blend that over the pink just a little bit to make it a little less pink looking. And then I'm going to go into this kind of creamy white. It's very shimmery, and put that into the inner corner. I'm going to take a little bit of that brown and just kind of go into that outer V just a little bit. Not very far in there, because I don't want to lose the green, but I just want to warm it up just a little bit. Taking a small little brush, I'm going to go into the bottom with that green and put that on my lower lash line. And a little bit of that white right under the pupil just to brighten it up just a little bit. Okay, so that's what we came up with. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It's definitely a light wash of color. Let's put the eyeliner and mascara and stuff and cheeks, and I'll be right back to show you the final look. I'm just really not sure how I feel about it at all. I mean, I got an eye look out of it. It's not my favorite eye look. It's not my worst, but I do feel like the green kind of blended away, and I feel like the pink stayed there. I don't know if it's just because the first color I had down, so it stuck to the primer, but I don't know. It's very, very light. It is very definite. It is definitely something that I would consider getting someone new to makeup who's kind of afraid of some color or some darkness and likes to build it up, because I think it is definitely buildable. A little bit of it, like I said, a little bit of that green kind of got washed away. Let's see if I pack some on my finger. If I use my finger, I'm getting a little bit more of the green than I was, that's for sure. So I kind of feel like it blended, but it almost blended too well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it kind of blended away a little bit of the colors. Like I said, not my worst, not my favorite. So I'm really torn about this. I like collecting these things because it's like a collector's kind of thing. It's Sephora Pantone color. These usually sell out really fast. This one this year though, I definitely like the packaging of this one better, but I like the colors of last year's better. This is definitely beautiful in a very light sort of way, but I think this is just going to take a little bit more playing with, and I definitely want to play with this like teal-y color right there. So I don't think it's bad, but I don't think that if you're into light colors, I don't think you would like it if you're not. Let's try the lipstick. This is the Rose Quartz, which is probably the color I was most excited about for the Pantone color. It has just a very light baby pink milky consistency. It might make me look a little washed out. Okay, this is definitely something you don't wear on its own. Okay, that's that. Let's see. Let's mix in a little bit of a nude. Okay, this is not working for me. I'm looking more dead by the minute. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try more of like a mauve-y pink. We'll use more of a mauve-y pink first. This is Maybelline's Petal Plush number 100. And then let's put a little bit of the Pantone on top. It is kind of cool. It's a magnetic closure. The packaging is really cute. If you like really light lips or you are very fair, I think the lipstick might be able to be pulled off. I think for me, it just makes it look very, very milky and very milky and almost a little dead look. Definitely can't wear it by itself. It is just very, very, very pink. So if you have fair skin, I think it might work. Topped with something, I don't know anybody that can really probably wear it by itself unless you are very fair. But topped over something, it doesn't look that bad. So that's definitely not my favorite at all, but it's a beautiful color. It's just too milky. My thoughts for these two are, if you like light color and you're really new to makeup or you like to build up your makeup and you're not like I'm a quick kind of person. I don't like taking too long on my eye looks, so this is kind of a little bit more work for me, but I'm gonna keep it and still play with it and we'll see. But my overall opinion is that this is not a necessity this year unless you are a collector of makeup and you like having stuff like this, or you love light pastel-y kind of colors. For spring, I think it would look really beautiful, but it definitely is some light pastel-y colors. So those are my thoughts. Please don't kill me down below if you love it. It's just my opinion. You could take it, leave it, whatever. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.